Hi, this is Jasmine Jade. Lightroom has released a new update and added a texture slider in the basic panel by presence, where you find also the clarity slider and the dehaze slider, the vibrance and saturation. So both of these sliders, actually all three, texture, clarity and dehaze, seem to add detail to the photo. We all know what the dehaze slider does. It's good for backlit images, golden hour images, when you kind of want to bring back the subject and make it a little bit sharper. The clarity increases the contrast of the whole photo. It kind of pops the blacks and the contrast and makes the overall image seem sharper. So, what is the texture slider? Let's see. With the texture slider, you can actually bring back detail in a photo. This is actually good for boudoir. If, let's say, you have portraiture and all of your skin texture is gone, then you can add the texture slider to bring back more skin texture, detail, basically. Can you see the difference? Turn it all the way up. So you can do the same thing after you have applied a preset, but let's first see what else the texture slider can do for boudoir images, because you can also smooth skin with it. You can not only add more detail, you can also smooth the skin, which is pretty awesome. Now you can add the texture and the clarity slider together to create your perfect skin. Let's pull down the texture slider to make the skin smooth and turn up the clarity slider just a little bit for a little bit more detail. Texture down, clarity a little bit more up for a little bit more detail. I think this is amazing. Let's see it the before, after. I didn't apply a preset or anything. All I did was my exposure, of course. Maybe now you can see it better. There you go. Look at her face before and after. I love it. Let's pull down the clarity and just play with the texture again so you can see what the slider does. You can also add texture to landscape images, to photos with lots of detail in it to make it pop even more. And what you can also do is you can use the brush and add in texture or smooth certain areas in an image. Let's do that with a preset. I'm going to apply my Milan preset on this photo from the Runway collection. And you can already tell. Let's reset the whole image first. Milan. Today my Lightroom is kind of slow. So there you go. I have added the Milan preset, and because I like detail and I like texture, in my presets I have always have the clarity slider up here. And it's always a bit of clarity in my presets. But now we want to kind of smooth the skin now first. So we double clicking on the clarity slider and putting it on 0. Now we're going to the texture slider. I'm going to show you again what it does. But we're going to pull the texture down. Down, down, down. And pull the clarity up a little bit more again, so we have a smoother skin. without using portraiture. Of course, you clean up the skin a little bit here and a little bit there. And on top of that, you can also play with the noise reduction and pull it up a little bit, because the noise reduction also smooths the skin. So let's pull that one up too. And put a little bit more clarity in it. Let's turn up the shadows a little bit. And I think this is a pretty cool feature for Boudoir. Let's reset this whole image and use the brush. Or you know what? Let's use the brush to actually bring detail back into the hair. I mean, there's enough detail, but I just want to show you. So we're using the brush. See, I've already done that here. And we're going into the texture slider. I'm going to turn it all the way up just to show you guys. And there's our brush. So we're going to brush in texture. See how that goes? Make it totally sharp. It's a little bit too sharp, so we don't want that. So you can turn it down a little bit too. And we already have enough skin smoothing, I would say, but you can also go back to brushes and pull down the texture slider and start brushing skin and make it really smooth. These are things you can do in Photoshop, but I think this is amazing. Let's take this tool and just get rid of this little cut. And this is it, guys. Oops, didn't get it. Yeah, I got it. It's really slow. This is it. Let's make it small. And this is how you can use the texture slider to smooth skin in Lightroom. Talk to you later.